Hey, Steve Zick, welcome back to Pokesoo channel and the Guitar Ladder System and stevezickguitars.com. I carry the whole line of the Laura Archtops and the Recording King, and I've been with the Music Link longer than any other dealer, so that's why people call me from all over the USA, even the world, and buy Laura Archtops, because they know that I inspect them and I'm really hooked up with the company. I buy direct from the company. Actually buy direct from the national sales manager, Brian Jones, who's a friend of mine. I was with him way before he became national sales manager. Anyway, let's do some free instruction here. And it's really hard for me to share information about music without talking about the Guitar Ladder System. I'll try to keep it to a minimum, but ask yourself this question: if our position were reversed and you had spent 40 years on a guitar instruction system that was very innovative, and you just saw quantum leaps in your private students and just results that just seemed almost supernatural, I'm sure you'd want to share it as well, right? So my enthusiasm and passion is because it's my life's work, that along with my music and composing. So anyway, okay, so four chords are part of chordal harmony made with perfect force. Like if you listen to old John McLaughlin, My Goals Beyond, it starts off like this. Now here's a 4-chord here. It's perfect force. There's an added major third on the top, but I don't want to get into a theoretical discussion because it just really slows things down. That's why the Guitar Ladder System is so powerful, because it really cooperates with the science of neuroplasticity. In that, if you learn something, especially art like music, in a way where there's not a lot of pressure, there's not a lot of left brain analytical formulas and all that junk, which really slows you down. If you learn it through sound and through hearing it and experiencing it with a joyful attitude, not focused on results, but just in the moment, they've actually proven through the science of neuroplasticity that it's like you have like an open switch and a save switch. It's really an incredible thing. I kind of fell into this just organically and naturally and intuitively, and then I just in the last month or so started reading about the science of neuroplasticity, and I'm like, wow, that's one of the reasons this stuff works. The Guitar Ladder System works also because it's great material with 40 years of research behind it, and I used to study with Joe Pass. But anyway, okay, let's get this up here. I know you're all going, shut up and play. Okay, so 4-chord. This is a this is a good idea of a short little C. Now that's musical sounding, right? 4-chord connects major 13 flat 5. See, that's very musical. Come down a half step. See, you learn thousands of these in the Guitar Ladder System, and you get a vocabulary of musical sentences, and it just starts opening up. See, the interesting thing about the science of neuroplasticity, and this can be thought of, by the way, as simple as this: G sharp 4-chord connects A major 13 flat 5. That simple. Okay, it can be thought. No reason to complicate it. And that's one of the reasons I mentioned the science of neuroplasticity, because when you don't overcomplicate something, you allow your own subconscious mind to then form these neural pathways, and then it starts connecting things and seeing relationships that maybe you aren't even aware that are being created. And that's why my guitar ladder customers and like my hundreds of private students all of a sudden just start hearing their own musical thoughts and stuff, because you learn the 10 systems of improvisation in a very organic way, and these musical sentences. And then when you're not even practicing guitar, your subconscious mind starts comparing notes, so to speak, starts creating neural pathways that connect this, and all of a sudden it's like a seed that grows. So okay, so 4-chord connects major 13 flat 5. G 4-chord connects A flat major 13 flat 5. I could resolve that to a dominant 13 flat 5. 4-chord connects 13 flat dominant 13 flat 9. Sorry if I said flat 5 before. And then to major 9/6 with a 7 on the top. Augmented rev. Let's see. I haven't warmed up much today. To 7 sharp 5, minor 9, 7 sharp 5 major 9. This is what I used to do with my old teacher Horace Hatchett. He'd sit there on the guitar and just start playing chords, and I'd follow him. And he taught Howard Roberts how to play. Howard Roberts started the MI Institute in Hollywood, California, one of the most successful guitar music schools in the world. His teacher, Howard Roberts' teacher when he was young, was Horace Hatchett. I studied with Horace 4 times, and I studied with Joe Pass. Anyway, okay, so 4 chord connects major 13 flat 5. You could also go 4 chord like this, and then put the see, when I do it like this is a major 13 flat 5. So you can kind of do a similar thing. I could, now I'm using, see that common tone? And you could keep that. Common tone is one of the 10 systems of improvisation. Gypsy scale, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9 13. This chord is a dominant 7 with a flat 13. Isn't that a great chord? 7 sharp 5 13 flat 9 minor 7 flat 5 13 major 7. But it's these short musical sentences, like if you just, see, I do this every day, and I've been doing this for over 40 years. That's why if you invest in the Guitar Ladder system, besides getting 240 studies, which I do a little bit at a time, you make a new folder on your desktop called GL system. It would be overwhelming if I sent them all at once. Folks, I'm going to be honest, you have to let go of the control. Becoming a better guitar player, a huge part of it is surrendering and letting go of the control. And this is going to sound a little crazy, but more people are starting to get this. Letting go of doing everything with your conscious mind. Now, sure, when you practice, you're using your conscious mind. You're learning. Like here, I'm going. Like say, I'm looking at this from a chart or something. 4 chord 13 flat 9, 4 chord 13 flat 9, major 7, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, 13, 13, whatever it might be. But when all of my studies begin to kind of percolate, you develop new neural pathways, and your subconscious mind begins to kind of piece everything together and come up with new information and new ways to connect music. And really, it's connecting. It's building new neural pathways. This is heavy. When that happens, it's on a subconscious level. And then you'll just pick up your guitar one day, you just start doing something really cool. You're like, where in the hell did that come from? So part of growing as an artist, sure, there's a point where we use the discipline practice. Like if you're working one of my chord studies like cycle 1, you're obviously using your conscious mind to go through the study, right? But my point I'm trying to make here, and then you have cycle 1 with the shading. My point I'm making is that when you're not even practicing, because the material is really well thought out, and my material is really not just high quality, but it's very musical. When you're not even practicing guitar, you're creating new neural pathways, and your own subconscious mind is comparing this study to this study, and this chord went here, and this chord went here. It's like, look at it this way, it's like your own subconscious, I'm kind of getting goosebumps thinking about this, it's like your own subconscious mind is enjoying playing with this new information. It gets bored. I mean, think about it. Your subconscious mind's running your body, doing the same old stuff every day, right? It's actually joyful for your subconscious mind to participate in something artistic, okay? And the funny thing is by cooperating with the science of neuroplasticity, which is as simple as just don't be results oriented, try to be joyful. That keeps, like I've read in some books about this, that it actually keeps like an open switch and a save button. So this is really interesting stuff, folks. But this explains, and I kind of knew this intuitively, but this really explains one of the reasons my guitar system is so powerful. And it's really important not to be results oriented. I know this goes against kind of the way we're taught to learn in Western culture, to be so focused on results and blah, 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 blah. But actually, if you don't focus on results, you just be in the here and now. It's kind of a Zen thing, but there's been a lot of things written about being in the here and now. It's where all the real, authentic power is. But by being in the here and now and not being results oriented and just working on my studies, you're going to really take a quantum leap. And you'll get to the point where you can hear your own music in your head and then find it on the guitar. But anyway, isn't that nice? 4-chord connects major 13 flat 5, okay? This isn't one of my studies somewhere. Like I said, there's so much of this stuff. 4-chord connects major 13 flat 5. And then I could take that common tone, go to a 13 flat 9, to a 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, 13 9, 13, 13 flat 9, major 9 6, dominant flat 13, 13, dominant 13, 13 flat 9, resolved at major 7, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, 13, dominant 7 flat 13 to 13. So it's all, I mean, this is what I've been doing for the last 45 years. And when I studied with Joe Pass about 42, 43 years ago, I would notice when I just sit down and watch Joe Pass play, it was the way he was just putting things together. And that's when I started, this is all my own material, but you know, I started really diving in deep to learning about improvisation. And you can't learn improvisation by a bunch of formulas. You're going to learn the 10 systems of improvisation through the guitar ladder system, but in a very organic way. Like cycle 8, you learn smooth voice leading. If you want some samples, send me an email to pokesoo@gmail.com. But yeah, it's learning about the 10 systems of improvisation by actually playing it and listening to it. And so I know it sounds radical because you know, but it's letting go of the need to control and to define and to put everything in a cute little box. I've had people buy the guitar ladder system from me that have master's degrees in music, and they just told me, Steve, I'm in a box, you know, I can't really improvise or compose. And I'm like, wow, I'm glad you said that, not me, because if I say it, it sounds like I'm trying to sell somebody. If they say it, then they've made that realization. So to be really honest about the guitar ladder system is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to explain in my life, because it's like trying to explain, you know, why a seed grows, you know. It's art is opening up to the creativity of the universe and surrendering to the creativity of the universe and allowing musical ideas to come through you. But you have to open the portal to do that. You have to open up to it, you know. And so that's why the conscious mind is good for studying, right? Like if you're working on one of my studies, you know, obviously you're using my conscious mind, or my conscious mind, yeah, right? You're using your conscious mind to learn the studies. But like I said, when you're just sleeping or whatever, if you're working the guitar ladder system, your own subconscious mind is going to start playing with this stuff because it's fun to do. It's going to enjoy it. Oh, this color compares this color, and you know, this chord can go here, this chord can go here. Well, what if we went here? You know, and it's just an amazing thing. So this has been my life's work, and you know, I'm kind of a high energy guy. Don't let my passion and enthusiasm scare you off, because I've really got something special here, folks. But anyway, so today's freebie. But you know, I tell everybody, if you understand the guitar ladder system, you'll probably invest in it, because everybody who understands it seems like they do. And you know, $200 for thousands of dollars of material, over 240 studies. You're also going to get the secret Horace Hatchet files, everything else I think of. You know, some people have asked me this. Yeah, I'm 63. If I happen to, I hope I'm pretty damn healthy, but if I did die, my attorney, who's young, he's 24, has all the material. My wife has access to all the material, so there's no problem there. But yeah, I'm healthy as an ox. But 4-chord to major 13 flat 5. Isn't that nice? G sharp 4-chord to major 13 flat 5. They come the same thing, a half step down. I could go to this 13 flat 5. I could then go to a 13 flat 9, 4-chord. See, that's a nice little cycle, right? 4-chord, 13 flat 9. See, what we do with the guitar ladder system, we exhaust the possibility, folks. I'm going to give your subconscious mind so many beautiful sounding options, so many chord sentences, so much exposure to tension and resolution, and how to create color and moods, and how to use the 10 systems of improvisation, that you're just going to, like I said, you could be sleeping. Your mind's going to be going, well, okay, this was cool, but then what if I go, did you hear that? Oh man, that was nice. I like that, right? It's just, I don't know if I've ever done that before. That was see, we had 13 13 flat 9. I think I went. Anyway, you just run into this stuff left and right. It's really, really fun. So if you just love guitar and you love music. But anyway, that's the freebie for today. If you want samples of the Guitar Ladder System, send me an email to pokesoo@gmail.com. Oh, that was it, I think. Anyway, but the whole thing is it kind of contradicts Western education, the way that we're taught. You know, but you have to let go of the need to control. You have to surrender your conscious mind. You use your conscious mind to work on my studies, but you have to surrender with a positive attitude, not focus on results, so the science of neuroplasticity can do its thing. And like I said, you could be sleeping, and your own subconscious mind is going to be going, okay, I can go here, I can go here, I can go here, I can go here, I can do this, I can do this, I can do. You know, and you'll just start piecing things. That's why people call me up or email me and say, Steve, you know, I'm starting to hear musical ideas I've never heard before. I'm starting to learn how to compose. I'm learning how to improvise. This is not genre specific, by the way, folks. This is going to, I mean, I write stuff in all kinds of, you know, flamenco-y stuff, kind of Michael Hedges solo stuff, lead guitar, kind of Joe Satriani-ish, you know, just all kinds of stuff. I do kind of a new agey piano style. I play bass. I just have fun. But the bottom line, folks, is this is really something that works. So, okay, well, I'm going to go. So, one more time, 4-chord. And it doesn't matter that I have the E in here. I kind of like that, what it does. Kind of, I don't know, you could look at it as a, you know, I don't want it to analyze. I just like the sound of it. That's the whole point. Now, I could also go from that 4-chord to A sharp 13 flat 9. Now see, that gives a little more tension, right? That demands a little more resolution. See? Whereas here, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, that's kind of just kind of bubbles, right? Kind of a soft bubble. Here, that kind of wants to maybe it's fun, man. But I've sold over 6,000 courses now, and you know, if you want to join the Guitar Ladder family, you're not going to regret it. It will be the best $199 you've ever invested, because it's really organic, simple to use, and it really works, folks. All right, folks, take care. Keep the faith.